Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? Oh, you getting it in? Somebody's getting it for you. What's going on, people? Woo, what's going on, people? It is a day of a day of another day we call Thursday. Anyway, that being said, what's going on, people? We're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about Laverne Cox. Laverne Cox she was born on, let me just make sure I have this all correct, because I wrote it down just in case, we got those naysayers and stuff like that. Laverne was born in May, and she was born on May 29th, which makes her a Gemini like me. Bam. And anyway, Laverne is a transsexual, transgender person, and she was born in Alabama, and she went to Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama School for the Arts, and she also has a twin, and she's been very active within the LGBT community, but she's an actress, which plays on the orange and the new black, which I put it on just purposely for that reason. So this is for you, Laverne, and also I'm not going to curse for that reason. She plays Sophia Burset, and it's on Netflix, and it is the orange and new black. She plays a hairdresser inmate inside of there, and she wants to get hormones, and that's the reason why she's locked up, because she was doing credit card fraud. Anyway, that being said, there was a few things I was looking into her and stuff like that. I didn't know she did quite a few amazing things and stuff like that, which I don't think anyone else is aware of it. So I did a little digging, because I wanted to find out, exactly what was going on. And she's been out there for a good while now, and she's done films such as Carla. She did Exhibit, Musical Chairs. She did Grant Street, and it's so amazing because I didn't know she did this type of films and stuff like that. But hold up, let me just let you know this. She also done TV. She done Law and Order, SVU, Bored to Death, Musical Chairs, and she also did I Want to Work with P. Diddy, and that was a reference to a reality show. And she also produced Transformer, another Transform Me. And basically what they do is they go into the women's house and stuff like that, and they transform them into, kind of similar to, I guess, what RuPaul is doing. Anyway, that being said, I found it very amazing of the different things and stuff like that. And, she's doing Orange and New Black, and that's on Netflix as well. And then I did a little bit more digging and stuff like that. And, I'm so proud of her. She's done so many things. She's also been on talk show, the Carrie Curry show, and she was talking about transgender issues in reference to, a lot of diversity and stuff like that we go through as far as being a transgender person. Anyway, that being said, it's funny because, within our strive and stuff like that, we look at the person, we really don't know, all the background and stuff like that she's been through. And she's also advocate as far as for Cece McDaniels, that was locked up, before defending herself. And she also went out and protested with Nestle in, New York, where she was murdered by hanging with her from the catcalling and stuff like that. And she's just been very, very, very active, and I'm so surprised. And the thing about it that brought me to this, that I want to talk about it, because now it's just something else I wanted to talk about up here, because I wrote it down because it was very important to me, and I wanted to, get it out the way. In reference to, her making it to the front cover of Time magazine. And that's the issue that I want to talk about, basically. She made it to the front cover of Time magazine, and on November 2013, she was on Out magazine. She's got an Out Magazine Choice Award, and the thing about it was she's an advocate as well. Anyway, that being said, she made it to Time Magazine, which is in 2014 the first transgender person of color to be in the Time Magazine as well, which is always a plus. It doesn't matter about the color, it's just the fact of the matter is that one of us made it to mainstream of the editing world out there into a positive light, instead of always trying to make everybody believe that we're just certain strange individuals. So basically what she did was that she made it to the front cover of the magazine. But lo and behold, of course she was going to receive backlash, because that's what happens when you are a star. But then there's some people out there that just can't deal with your blessings. So then I have to do a little bit more digging, and then I found out that it was this guy, because, you know, I always take it personal when, you know, someone is coming after one of my sisters and stuff like that, and, you know, and I found it very offensive and stuff like that. But this guy out there, let me make sure I have his name correct, because he was talking in reference to Laverne Cox being on the front cover of Time magazine, and he was saying that this is what he said. His name is Kevin Williamson. Allegedly, thank you, Wendy. Allegedly, he's saying that Laverne Cox is not a woman. She's just an ethnic of a woman, but she's not a woman. And he was saying in reference to that he doesn't care how much the genital of everything of you've gotten changed and all the surgical stuff that you've done, you'll never be a biological woman. Okay. I find it so amazing because the simple fact of the matter was that she wasn't running for biological woman. She was letting people know that there is a difference within the world of the community. In India, they recognize as a third sex, which is transgender. But this guy is so jealous and hateful of her blessings that he decided he wanted to attack her. And he was going all in. And sometimes, my personal opinion, I feel like he's doing this because, you know, it's like a little brother to sister who gets all the fame and the brother doesn't, so he has to try to do something to shoot her down. Because simple fact of the matter is nobody's looking at me. So if I say something negative, that means everyone is going to be looking at me instead of looking at her, and everything she does, they're going to pull my name into it. So I guess it worked because now we're pulling his name into it. His name is Kevin. And of course he's a non-factor to me. So basically what he did was he was shooting her down, saying she's not a woman and stuff like that. He was all upset because the fact of the matter is she was on the front of the magazine. So the thing about it is that he couldn't take her glory. And I applaud you, Laverne, and we all are so happy. But the Sun-Times, Chicago Sun-Times, they decided that they wanted to pick up on his story and they put it on the front, which they later removed. Because they feel as though it was wrong, it was transphobia, and it was definitely wrong what they were trying to do, and they apologized and they moved forward. And I love that when someone can recognize the truth of making an error and they correct it, even though the fact is already out there. But the fact that they feel as though, hey, you know what, we was wrong. Let's go back on Laverne and show Laverne support because she's not doing anything. We're not going to worship the devil, and it's just my opinion of Kevin. And I'm not saying he's wrong for his opinion or what he thinks. But the simple fact of the matter is that why is it so important that you come out there after her when there's so many issues that we could be discussing at hand on what's going on with the economy of the world? Oh, but she's on the front of the magazine and no one put me on the front. Have two seats, Kevin, to sit down. And then you may say, well, I needed to get this point out that she's not a biological woman. And everywhere she said she was a transgender woman. And I just don't understand why it's such a problem, and he called it delusional, and no matter how much a confirmation of the mutilation of their bodies and stuff like that, he just goes in on transsexuals. And this is what I was saying before, as far as us trying to work within the community, that we need to stop attacking each other. We can never get someone else to understand where we're coming from if we're always attacking each other, where we're trying to find each other faults. That's why when I was going into, I got upset, and I had a little upsetness about the training and all this stuff like that. We have so much of a journey that we need to go to, and we have so much of a mountain that we need to climb. For us to sit back and all this name calling, and I hate to tell you this, but at the end of the day, name calling is going to end when I pass, when you pass, and the kids behind us, and the generation here. Name calling that people are going to be calling our people. People are going to be calling people out of their name as long as we live. It's just the way of the world, and it's not going to stop. You can do all you want, but people are still going to do it. Anyway, that being said, I applaud you, Laverne. You're on the front cover of Time magazine, and you've received lots of awards, and you're an advocate for GLAAD. And I've met Laverne in person at a GLAAD organization meeting that we were having in reference to transgender and how can we do to better our transgender and the urgency of employment, because the unemployment of the transgender is incredibly way higher than any other person in the world, and about being attacked and being basically dehumanized in front of other people is like an applause. And when someone like us gets attacked, it's always, well, what did they do to make him do what he did? No one ever sees us as the victim. They always see us as the perpetrator. And it's funny how the perpetrator always ends up murdered and no one seems to care. And it's so funny that finally for once we have someone who is a transgender person who is actually on mainstream that is